That one egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
It's still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
If you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for me.
No, I can hang on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another brand new episode of Plotty Time. I'm Poppascotch, and I'm here with Chump Slap.
Hey, it's Chump Slap. Here to answer your questions.
Sure is. This time, today, we are doing a Q&A/lore dump, and Chump Slap has been talking about it all week about how excited he is.
I'm stoked, man. You guys need to know a little bit about us, but not too much.
Let's get into it then.
All right.
We'll start with a question from Dehumanizer23. I got a question for y'all. What inspired you to want to do a fun podcast talking about video game plots?
What inspired us? Oh,
Really, what inspired us is, well, I guess we'll just get into how it started.
Yeah.
Because that was also a question here. Started, and the fast version is, I kind of was in a rut with like work and my life a little bit, and I wanted to do something creative, like some kind of creative outlet, like anything.
yeah.
And I figured, I was listening to podcasts, I was enjoying podcasts, and I was like, I can do that, but what would I talk about? Like, what hasn't been done? And at the time, there were no video game podcasts that just talked about stories.
I don't think there still are.
There was one that came out. It was I think it was one of the editors or somebody from IGN back in the day. I'd have to check what it is, but it was like a press release on Kotaku where it was a podcast about a guy just doing video game story podcasts. And I'm like, we've already been here 2 years.
Yeah, get off our dicks, man. What the fuck?
Right. But really, that's what inspired, like, just wanting to do something creative.
Yeah, when we're just hanging out at my place, one like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, it was just bullshit and having a good time. Everyone's laughing. We're like, well, we should put this out for other people to listen to. And we're just like, but why? And what about?
Yeah, we definitely had that ego that we're like, well, people will find this interesting.
It's like, we find it funny.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember it starting. I brought the idea to you guys and asked you if you wanted to be part of it. And you guys were like, yeah, sure. We'll figure out logistics because I don't live in the same area as you guys. So I can't
Right.
record all the time. So yeah, I've said it before. I'm in the Metro DC area. I'm not going to get more specific than that.
Yeah, and we live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. And I believe we've talked about the town. We've talked about the town.
We've said P-Town, Lehigh Valley, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, so Lehigh Valley, Palmerton, Pennsylvania is all of our hometowns.
Yep. Come visit. We have a nice gazebo.
We have a beautiful gazebo. The park in the middle of town is lovely.
Hell yeah.
It's got a nice little creek running through it.
Oh, that's where Satan at the Crick came from.
Absolutely. Oh, we talked about that already.
Yeah, we
okay,
have.
so yeah, that's pretty much how we got started. And then originally the podcast was going to be more of, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the podcast, The Dollop.
No, I'm not.
It's more of, it's a podcast. It's very popular out there. It's very old too. It was like one of the OGs. Maybe not one of the OGs, but like early.
Like Comedy Bang Bang early?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
13, 14 years now.
I don't know how long they've been doing it. A long time. Look.
Yeah.
So in that podcast, it's one guy reading a story about history to his friend who doesn't even know what the topic is going to be about. That's their whole bit. I just did their bit.
Nice.
And they're both comedians and they riff off stories and talk about stuff, but it's always a real story a story from history. So my thought process was, what if I did the same thing, but the story wasn't a story from history, it was a video game. So
Yes.
we did like 4 episodes, I think.
Yeah, we did at least 3 like pilots that have not aired.
No, they have never aired and they never will.
No, they're garbage.
And, I have this because I have file stamps. We did Tomb Raider and 13. We recorded them on December 23rd, 2018.
Holy shit, man.
So that was the first time we recorded anything. It was in your room where you're still recording now.
Oh, yeah, right here. My dining room that never seen a dish.
Yep. You recorded it there. I was back in town for the holiday. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why else. It was December 23rd. Obviously, I was. So, yeah, and then we got together. We recorded that. I went back to the DC area. And then I think we then did one remote. You two recorded in your room with the little Zoom recorder thing.
Oh, yeah, the little 4-track.
Yeah, and I recorded my portion just directly on my computer. And man, the audio, if you guys have been listening from the beginning or you went back to the beginning and started listening, God bless you, man. I learned a lot about how to make audio sound good in the last 6 years. I still don't think it sounds perfect, but I think it's passable.
It's pretty good. Handman will vouch for that.
There you go. Perfect. Shout out Handman. And then we recorded on January 6th, 2019, Parasite Eve and Jack and Daxter.
Oh, wow.
So we've redone all of those since.
Yeah, right.
And actually released them as episodes. But those are the 4 we did in that style. And I think Parasite Eve, Scientist was leading the conversation. So I think that's when we tested having someone else lead and we all watched the video.
Right,
that sort of thing.
right. I like the first 3, it was just you telling us the story. Like we had no research at all. And we just came in there.
And like, we weren't really doing bits because we didn't really know what we were doing. And it really just sounded like we were playing 20 questions.
Yeah.
Because,
pretty much.
I mean, I only threw tidbits of the story out and you guys would have questions and clarifying things. And I like wasn't prepared for any of those. So,
well, we've come a long way where we actually do research now.
Yeah. Once a week, we watch a video game movie. That's why we shout out Gamers Little Playground and iPanics at the end of every episode, because those are 2 of the bigger ones where we usually find our video game videos.
Yeah, very good. They do a really good job.
They're fantastic. I think we both bought merch from Gamers Little Playground at some point.
I still wear the shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of just how it started. It's not like a sexy story. It was just, I kind of think I want to make a podcast. And I also thought too, like moving away, like I wasn't hanging out with you or Scientists at all anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a way to keep in touch without like, just being awkward.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not about to call Chump Slap and just talk to him on the phone for 3 hours. You know, like that's a little strange. And I think at that time we were like, I was still keeping in touch with you guys through Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were still playing that in 2015. So
yeah, it's true. And I'm not one for calling or keeping in touch with anybody. So
no, you got to do the work with Chump Slap.
Yeah, you really do.
So yeah, we just, it was a way to stay in touch and we've been doing it weekly. We haven't missed a single week.
Yeah, for fucking 7 years.
That's crazy.
It really is. I don't think I've ever put 7 years in anything.
I know. All right, next question. Throwing it back a little bit. From Nick093, he asked, how did we meet? And I truly don't remember.
No, all I know is I've known Scientists since I can remember.
We all like same town, small town. Everyone knew each other. So I knew of your family like forever.
Yeah, we probably knew each other through church, actually.
That's what I was thinking. I think it was through church because I knew your brother through basketball, and that would have been like 96.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I know you guys were altar servers. Should I cut that out? Should I leave it?
No, that's fine. Yeah. We grew up in a Catholic household. We've all strayed from there.
I think it's funny that, you know, you grew up in a Catholic household. You were an altar server. I grew up in a Catholic household. I was an altar server. Didn't stick for anybody.
I feel
nobody.
Like most of the kids I grew up with, I went to Catholic school for the first 9 years of my education. And most, if not all of us, gave up the faith. Like, I don't know. I think the Catholic indoctrination just makes you realize how silly it is.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too deep into how we all lost our faith, but that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, for real.
And we're not nearly stoned enough to deal with those questions.
No.
But for me, really, what did it? I remember this, and then I'm going to get into, I think, the first time we hung out. I remember.
Okay.
So it was. I was in 7th grade, and the teacher at the time, I want to say, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to blast it out there. He might have passed by now for all I know. This was a long time ago. This was 25 years ago. But I remember him going through like the early civilizations, like the Aztecs, and this is what they believed. Like there's a sun god, there's a moon god. And he's like, and then there were the Phoenicians, and they believed XYZ. And I'm like, and everyone's like, oh my God, isn't that crazy? They like thought if they gave crops up to this hill, the sun would be good to their, it's ridiculous, right? Like you plant it correctly, it works. And then I'm like, wait a minute. So we're looking back at these people and being like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. Is someone going to look back at what I believe and be like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous? And then that's what started it all.
I don't see how they
down
can.
the hill.
Like, how can the future not look back and be like, really?
That's what these primitive idiots believed.
Yeah, I don't. It blows my mind.
And I don't think not believing makes me a better person. It's just,
No,
I don't know.
I'm just logical.
It's that too. And look, if you're religious, good for you. I'm not going to tell you
I'm not
not
going
to
to
be.
knock you for that, but I mean, I just have like a more scientific mind.
Yeah, me too. And that's one of those things too. Like you got to love it. Like
Yeah.
to do it as an adult, you got to love the game. And I didn't.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
it is.
So that was fun. But I remember I have an early memory of me and you hanging out
Okay.
because I knew who you were, probably again through the church. And there was the day, this is crazy. I don't even know if you remember this.
Probably
But
not. You
The
blow my
day
mind.
Chasing Amy came out on VHS.
Oh, yeah. We probably knew each other through your neighbor, too.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting to. You and I think Zorch rented it and then came to my neighbor's house. And I was already hanging out there with one of the other neighbors.
Yeah.
And you showed up at the movie and we all just watched it because we were all fans of Mallrats by then.
Oh, yeah. We
And
were
Clerks.
big Kevin Smith heads.
We were huge Kevin Smith heads.
Yeah, for real.
We were early Kevin Smith heads.
Yeah, I remember going for a trick or treat as Silent Bob once.
Dude, we were into Kevin Smith movies to the point where we were thrilled and like looking forward to and ready for Chasing Amy to come out.
I know.
And that was like 97.
We were so psyched for it. And what a disappointment.
I remember being very disappointed at the time. And then, because it wasn't, yeah, you're right. It was nothing like Clerks or Mallrats. I expected it to be bigger than Mallrats. And God, was that an amazing movie when I was
Yeah,
in the sixth
dude.
grade. But yeah, it wasn't what I expected. I came to appreciate it later for what it was. But it was not what I was expecting at the time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude, wow, that brings me back.
And I remember I definitely didn't hang out with scientists until after I think I got back from college.
Yeah, I only hung out with scientists a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But
Like we had known each other. He had graduated with one of my sisters. And yeah, like I said, small town, you know the other families. Like you know who these people are.
right.
Maybe you don't have a relationship or talk to them, but you know of them. And I remember just after college, 22, back in P-Town, looking for a job, no real prospects, and just going to the bars in town, and Scientist was there often.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we all were, but
We were all there at bars. Yeah, we were 20.
we had nothing else to do like, at all.
Literally, if you know Palmer, you know there's nothing here.
Yeah, so we all met and I think like became better friends through other friends like around that time.
Yeah, we all had mutual friends that just got closer.
Just for fucking barflies. Like that's what we all were.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that's how we met. And then also there was a question from Nick093. Have we ever pod in person?
Oh, yeah, we've done that a couple times here.
Yeah, I wish we'd do it more, but we've only done it like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times, something like that.
Yeah. It's just, too hard to get together.
I know Madden Longshot was a in-person episode.
Yeah.
And I think, God knows, God, I don't even remember which episode this is, but the episode where we were talking about Luis Guzman. Oh, it was with Vinny from Retro.
Oh, that's right.
show.
When we had our first and only guest.
I know that comes up in the questions as well.
Does it?
Yeah, when he was on, they mistook Luis Gonzalez, the baseball player, for Luis Guzman, and that's why we shout out Luis Guzman every episode.
Yeah, because that was that episode. It was
So
when
fucking
Shameless
stupid.
had fucking Luis Guzman on it, and he was on my mind.
Yeah, and at the same time, we were talking about like one of the MLB games had Luis
Right.
Gonzalez on the front, and we couldn't remember who it was.
Oh man, good
But
stuff.
that was a good laugh.
What a shout.
We would love to do it more regularly. It's just, we're adults. We like I live in a completely different area.
Yeah,
It's hard.
we're just getting
so-
older. Two of us.
Will
have-
it happen again? Yeah, probably. I'm almost 100% positive at some point we will do it again.
Right.
And then the question that we got, I'm also going to take that as a compliment because I do a lot of work on this in the behind the scenes to make it not sound like we're, in different areas of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I try to make it sound like we're in the same room. And I really hope I just blew someone's mind. Like someone was like, you guys aren't in the same room? I'm like, no, I'm 200 miles away.
Well, anyone who knows us knows that, but
That's true. That's true. But
But if you just listen to 1 or 2 episodes, you're like, nah, get the fuck out of here.
I hope if your mind was blown by that, sound off at the Reddit.
Yeah, fucking let us know. It's great.
And Drago the Slago also chimed in. He has some questions.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked the question, I'm curious more specifically if we will ever know your names or if you guys decided and how you decided to keep them private this whole time. So that's the first part of the question. And just to address that, this isn't our full-time job.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you what, we have made literally zero money on this. Like, we've never sold an ad. We're just not big enough for that.
No.
We would need to essentially double our size to have any advertisers interested. So, we're still people living in the world just like anybody else, and no one wants to get doxxed for something they said on the internet.
That, and I've never had a personal presence online. Like,
no, you haven't.
I think
your Instagram was your first picture online, and
yeah, since fucking MySpace.
Wow, attaboy.
Yeah. Like, I never use my real name. I just don't. I don't know. I find Chump Slap to be something just better.
Yeah, I mean, would I use it? I mean, if this becomes my full-time job, then yeah, I'll use my real name. I don't care at that point.
Yeah, I really don't care. I mean, I'm sure you could figure out who I am by the things I've said and the town I live in, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys could put it together if you really got out your sleuthing caps on. But it's just we need anonymity right now because we're doing other careers in our lives.
yeah. I mean, if I did tell you my real name,
doxxed.
you couldn't find anything about me online, so it doesn't matter. You find more about Chump Slap. That's what I'm saying. You
probably would, yes. But the second part of that question, I'm curious how many times one of you slips and the real name has to be edited out. I don't think it doesn't happen as much as you think.
No, it's surprising. I think it's happened 3 times in the past 4 years.
Yeah, I remember for a long time. I think, and this is just, he's not here to defend himself, but I think Dr. Scientist holds the record. I think he's in the lead.
Well, that's because all fucking gloves off, me and Scientist record in the same room. So he sees me and he says my name sometimes. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's just automatic. He's slipped and called me by my nickname. Like, it happens. And I remember, I was saying, for a long time, you broke and screwed up and did it. Scientists had done it a couple times by then. I was the last one to screw it up. And then I screwed it up in 4 straight recordings. I don't know what happened, but I have definitely done it. I think we've all done it, but man, it's got to be once every 20, 25 episodes, twice a year, maybe. It doesn't happen very often.
No, it's kind of surprising how you get yourself into the mindset of when you're recording.
And how quickly we both catch it. Or not just you and I, but
yeah, all of us.
How quickly the other two catch it immediately. It's never slipped and no one's acknowledged it.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever made it through an edit.
No, never.
Because it's always do that again.
You said it, and then there's a pause, and then they restart the line.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a production. This is a show. They're casual conversations, but that's kind of always the justification I use during the editing process. Now, and I do want to stress this, I've never added laughter somewhere where there wasn't already laughter.
I hope not.
You know what I mean? I've never manipulated to that point, but there have been times where there's crosstalk and people recording on top of each other, and I'll pull it out to make it sound like it's one coherent thing that people are responding to.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Or edit it out and make it sound just cleaner.
Right.
A lot of editing goes into this podcast. But yeah, the whole point is that no one ever notices that.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm sure you can figure out Scotchy's name. He has an Instagram, right?
Yeah. I don't think my name's on there, though. It was at one point.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you could still figure it out pretty quickly.
You're the only face that I think they've seen. Oh, yeah, I did have a face on my Instagram once.
I mean, I've been on Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
People have seen my face by now. I'm fine with it. No, I mean, if someone harasses me at some point, maybe that's a different story. But for now, it's...
No, yeah, I'd definitely Twitch if I ever wasn't lazy, but...
Well, Drago the Slago has another question.
Okay.
How much do the three of you drink or smoke while recording? It's nice to pick up on.
Okay.
Well, for this part, I will speak for Dr. Scientist and say I don't think I've seen him drink he doesn't smoke.
No, he quit drinking a while ago too.
Yeah, a long time ago. I think maybe when we were hanging out doing it in person, we all had one or two, but he's never I can't remember him ever being.
No, he's never even had a slight buzz on.
No. So that's your answer for Dr. Scientist. And I think he'd be comfortable with us saying that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd say the same thing.
Now for us.
All right, for me. I drink about 90% of the episodes.
Well, to put it in context, when we record, We usually record on Sundays. I'll let it out there. I don't care who knows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my Friday night.
And exactly that. Like, this is Chump Slap's Friday night. He got off Sunday afternoon.
I get off the busiest shift of my week.
Yeah.
And I just have a couple drinks.
Can't blame you. And I think we all went into this knowing that. So,
Yeah. I mean, everyone's like, oh, it's my last day before I go back to work. I'm like, yeah, well, I just fucking got off of work. So
that's true. I mean, you've been doing that schedule since we started. I don't think.
yeah, no, Mondays and Tuesdays are my fucking weekend. That's the way it works in the service industry.
Yep. And I do Monday through Friday myself, but I used to drink a lot more on the podcast, but I've just kind of dialed back in general. I still do once in a while.
Yeah, but
For
you
sure.
got a kid and shit now.
Yeah. Smoking though. I mean, I'll tell you this, if I have hockey, I mean, previously before the kid, if I had hockey that night, I wouldn't, but usually every other time.
You know, I don't like getting high before a podcast.
I don't either. I don't know why I kept doing it for so long.
Like I'd do it and then I'd be like, I don't know. I couldn't form coherent thoughts properly. Or I'd say a joke and I thought it didn't hit right and then it'd be in my head or some shit. I don't know.
You get like too analytical with it?
Yeah, I just didn't like it. So I was like, all right, I'll just wait until after the podcast.
Well, see, that's the beauty of editing it. Because if I say something too stupid, it's just whoop, right out of that episode.
True that.
So, yeah. But there are definitely times where I'm talking and I just forget where I was going. And I just keep talking and try to whip it around and end it somehow. And you might be able to pick up on a couple of those in the past.
Yeah, but that happens sober too.
That's true. I mean, it's just how it is now. I'm old. It happens. And then Cars Go Burr asked, I don't even know this is a question. Anytime you guys talk about stories from your past or shit from the 90s and aughts is cool.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all he said.
I will. Cars Go Burr. Fucking A, man. That was the last years of the Great American Experiment.
Sure was. Man, yeah, I don't have much for the 90s or 2000s specifically. I mean, here's one for you there, Chump Slap. I just found my mother is like trying to unload stuff onto me that she has at her place.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother, like her mother, my grandmother, they didn't save anything like of her being a kid. So, you know, my mother overcompensated and saved everything.
Oh, dude, I got like my mom had a fucking like a tote full of all my shit from growing up. She gave to me like 2 months ago. I was like, what the fuck do I want with this shit?
Yeah, I feel bad because she's kept it for so long, but I'm like, I don't need 6 report cards from the 2nd grade. Like, what am I going to do with that?
I don't have to be reminded how I was the fastest kid in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, there you go. Or like a math time test. It took me 2 minutes. I got 98.
Yeah.
But
Here's,
like,
here's all your state test scores.
Yeah. What I did, though, to be perfectly honest with you, I kept like 1 or 2 from like each year of the report cards just so I can be like, see, buddy, your dad was a good student. That's the only reason I saved them like that much of it.
Nice.
But in there with all that stuff, there were a bunch, like 30 ticket stubs from the Mahoning Valley Cinema in the 90s.
Snap. Yeah, I used to have those on my wall in my bedroom when I was a kid. I don't have any of them anymore, but
I have the book here somewhere. It's like it's like a ticket stub book. You could just shove ticket stubs in.
it's like one of those photo books you can just put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a slide thing. It's pretty cool. I don't have it in front of me, but like Twister, like shit like that. Small Soldiers.
Oh my god.
Dark City. I have the Dark City stub in there from when I saw that. Like, it's
right.
crazy.
Yeah, you sent us that picture.
Oh, that's right. I sent you guys a picture and it was like $6.
Yeah. I remember seeing
show.
private parts there.
Man.
And we were like 15 or 16 and they're like, we can't sell you these tickets. I'm like, this old guy, he was just buying tickets for another movie. He's like, he's with us. And he's just like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. So we got in while we were 15, man. Sick.
That's awesome. Didn't even have to sneak in. Paid for your ticket.
Yeah, like what would you do if we bought something else and went there? Like,
I never did that. I knew a lot of people did who would just buy a ticket for something and sneak into the R-rated movie.
oh yeah.
I never did that though.
I never found it an issue with buying R-rated movies. Like most of the times it was kids working the fucking ticket thing and they're like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I didn't. I was a rule follower, man. I was too afraid. I'd be like, if they find out, I'm going to jail. In reality, they'd be like, kid, get the fuck out of here. What do you really want? Come on. I'm not selling you tickets to that, you idiot.
Oh, come on. There's titties and fucking private parts. That's why you can't go
Come
see
on,
it.
bro, be cool. They probably would have been like, fine. And then just sold it. They probably would have, after one of those 2 interactions, said yes. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I was too afraid to try. I was
I was a
rule follower.
rebel, dude.
And then did lose. If so, I quit. Asked us if the Hunger Games happened, who would last the longest?
I would.
You think so?
I would kill either of you without a
Well,
second fucking thought.
That's not the question. I know you would. But there's a lot of hiding. There's a lot of cardio involved. There's a lot of sprinting. And
I know
I
that.
don't know how
Yeah,
to shoot
I
a bow
thought
and
that
arrow.
too. Scientists would be the first to go.
Yeah, well, we're both agreed on that. Yes.
But you do play hockey, so I was like, he's got cardio. He can last a while. I'd
At
probably
least a little bit.
Yeah.
At least past that first push. But after that, who knows? I'm not great with my surroundings, I'll tell you that. So I probably would just someone would sneak up on me and take care of me pretty quick.
And in Hunger Games, did they all get their own weapons like Battle Royale?
It was just they all start in the middle. There's a big chest of weapons in the middle. Everyone runs for it.
Oh, so it's more like Halo. Where
Yeah, it's like 2, 3, 4 people right there off the bat.
okay.
Bam, out of the game.
If it was like Battle Royale, I'd say it depends on the weapons we get, but
That's a big one.
no, I think it'd be between me and Scotchy, obviously.
Yeah. And at that point, luck of the draw what weapon we get and if we get out of there fast enough.
No, we'd probably team up to kill everybody else, but
Of course, we'd start an alliance, right?
right? How could you not?
Yeah, I'm with that. So, what do we got here? Micropes asked us who would win the cage match, Mr. Pringle or Monopoly Man?
I'm gonna go Mr. Pringle.
Interesting. What's your logic there?
He packs a punch. Monopoly Man doesn't know struggle at all, dude.
That's a good point. You know where my mind went with this? I thought Monopoly Man immediately because all rich people are psychopaths. Like he's going to do anything to get that sack of money. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair, but nah, he's gonna be a little bitch once he gets slightly hurt.
He comes into it with a lot of talk.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh, my dad, you know who my dad is," and then fucking Pringle will be like, "No, I don't." Beat the shit out of him.
And that'd be that.
Yeah, fucking Monopoly. No, he doesn't have a monocle. Neither of them have monocles, right?
No, I think Mr. Peanut does.
No, it was Mr. Pringle, wasn't it?
Oh, Mr. Pringle, you're right. Wait, Mr. Pringle might have a monocle. All right, we got to get to the bottom of this.
No, he definitely doesn't. Peanut does.
It already auto-completed. Does Mr. Pringle have a monocle?
That's fucking wild.
No. The Pringles mascot, Mr. P, never had a monocle.
No, he just has a mustache.
A sick mustache.
They might be the same guy.
The idea that Mr. P wore a monocle is a result of logo simplification and the Mandela effect. There you go. There's an example of the Mandela effect right there.
No, it's because you're thinking of Mr. Peanut.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
People get confused and screw it up.
Yeah, the Monopoly Man never wore a monocle either.
No, I don't think he did.
No,
I
that's a
think you're right.
Mandela thing too.
What is it with these old-timey looking characters and monocles?
It's
we
the
just assume they are
mustache, I
monocles?
think. I think you see that mustache, that little fucking handlebar mustache. And no, I mean not the handlebar, the little swoopy one, whatever the fuck it's called.
The swoopy one.
Yeah, and you think monocle, but no one's ever worn a monocle except for Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's probably the only one. Anyway, we're getting too deep in the monocle.
Well, this is what
woods
the
here.
fans want to know.
That's what they asked. It's on them. Luke Johnson also asked us a whole shitload of questions on IG. Some of these are quick. Some of them are good. Well,
Okay.
they're all good. They're all good. All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, man. Bring them.
Applebee's or Chili's?
Wow.
You weren't ready, were you?
I wasn't.
I guess Chili's, and the only justification I'm going is I think their menu's a little more fun.
I was going to say Applebee's because they got half price apps for happy
They
hour.
do have half price apps. They're both bar food, but I think Chili's has more Tex-Mex style, and I'm basing that off nothing. I'm just guessing.
No, I think you're right, but I do like how Applebee's might not only be Tex-Mex.
That's a good point. They kind of got whatever's popular in the bar food scene.
They both have burgers, and that's probably what I'm going to get if I'm going to either one of them.
Okay.
Or the app, unless it's half price app happy hour.
Then you're getting app crazy. You
Yeah.
get some sliders.
Yeah, I'll buy like 3 different apps. But
Apps are great. That's an official Plotty time stance.
yeah, apps are the best. How do you beat a fucking cheesesteak egg roll?
Dude, I want to hate them, but they're so good.
I know.
They're so fucking good.
I'm like, this is disgusting. Why would I? Oh my God.
I know. I saw an argument where people are like, I'm doing it. I'm calling off on calamari. That's not my go-to appetizer anymore. Like, well, what is? Cheesesteak egg rolls. I'm like, damn.
Damn, calamari is so good too, though.
Oh, that reminds me, and we're going to get off a little off topic here.
Good.
I am aware that there was a sandwich called a Monte Cristo.
I love a Monte Cristo.
To be 100% honest with you, Chump Slap, I never knew what that was.
Really?
And I didn't know what I thought it was. So the other, I mean, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I think, the wife and I are looking through, looking for somewhere to get food from Grubhub because we're exhausted and we're just ordering out now.
Mm-hmm.
And we found this place. Shout out to no, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to give away
It's too close.
To where I'm at.
Yeah.
It was too close. Sorry, anyway, Monte Cristo on the menu. I'm like, fuck, let's do it. Live a little,
Oh my God, they come with raspberry jam.
I'm about to go on my diet again too, so I'm like, let's go for this. And so I get it, having no idea what a Monte Cristo is. And I guess there's two ways to do it. There's a French toast version, which is like it's a sandwich made from French toast.
Yeah, you got to batter dip it.
And the other way is the batter dipped. Apparently, where I live, there are very few places that do the batter dipping, but I accidentally found one.
Oh my God, they put powdered sugar on it too?
They put powdered sugar and they had some kind of
raspberry jam.
It was raspberry jam.
Dude.
It popped. I'm like, this has existed my whole life and I've never had it. I am blowing this. I am blowing this life.
It's
all those that whole family thing, blowing it.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's like you eat it, you're like, this doesn't make any fucking. Why is this so fucking good?
It was people out there. I think it was Swiss ham, turkey.
Yeah, just like a grilled cheese and a batter dip.
And then
bread.
batter dipped it. Those psychopaths batter dipped it. And it was unbelievable. I might get one today.
Dude, the first one I ever had was at like a Bennigan's or some type of fucking Irish pub chain restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll try that. And I was like, holy shit. And I've been chasing that high ever since.
I'm shocked this isn't more popular.
Right?
Like really shocked. It must be a pain in the ass to make or something.
Well, maybe it's just our area that's just not that big.
Maybe,
but
maybe like it's real big in the Southwest or something.
Yeah, if you guys had a fucking great Monte Cristo from a chain restaurant, let me know because I need to find a good one again.
God, please let us know.
Yeah, because Bennigan stopped being a thing.
So Luke also asks, what is your favorite video game memory? Whether it's getting a certain game as a gift, playing a game to death with friends, beating a boss that was super hard, just anything that brings back good memories.
Okay.
I'll start since give you a second to think here. For me, when I was, oh my God, we did this for so long, but the game GoldenEye. I know a lot of people have that core memory. It was real big when I was probably in elementary school, I think.
Yeah.
And we played that game to death. Our normal Friday night routine is I would go to my neighbor's house. Big Cat would come over, their cousin, and the eldest in the family. We'd all sit there and play 4-player split screen just from like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just straight up.
Did you do the cardboard over the screens or?
We never did anything like that.
You just promised not to look at each other's screens.
Pretty much. And I'm sure there was peeking and stuff, but we always did, what was the one called? The one game mode where it was like one-shot kills.
Golden Gun.
You only live once.
Oh, yeah.
We would do You Only Live Once, and we would play it like for real. And it got very competitive, and I honestly believe, I know this might be a rose-tinted memory, but I do honestly believe if that was professional gaming, like we would have competed. Like multiplayer in that
like
game.
You were that good.
I mean, just by playing it so much, like we had memorized every corner of every map, where all the guns were in every mode. Like we just played it to death. For 2 or 3 years, we played this game.
Wow.
So that always brings back good memories. I've tried to play GoldenEye since, and I don't know if you know this, but you know those like yellow buttons on the N64 controller in the top left, those guys?
The what?
The yellow buttons, the 4
Right.
directional buttons.
Yeah, the little, yeah.
That was your looking around, I think, and the joystick was your movement, or vice versa. And I didn't remember that. I thought it was 2 joysticks because I've just been conditioned since the PS1.
Right.
That 2 joysticks, move and look.
Jeez.
It's impossible to play now. I can't play it like at all.
Well, why would you? It's garbage.
It's It's garbage, but man, did it hit when it hit.
My favorite gaming memory. I don't know. Probably the first time I beat a Nightfall in Destiny and I got the little flaming skull for the rest of the week. That was pretty ballin'.
Nice.
Or just Fallout 3, because that's when I really got back into gaming.
I think you, me, and Scientist have that. Like, that's what brought me back in for sure.
Yeah. It was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing.
I remember Scientist basically made me play Fallout 3. And he's like, you got to play it. You got to play it. He's like, I know. You got to play it. And I believe before Fallout 3, I had given him BioShock and like really bothered him about that game because he is not, especially at that time, he was not a fan of first-person shooters. Hated them. I think Borderlands, like he likes those, and BioShock, like I basically made him play it. And I was like, I know you hate it. I know you don't like this, but trust me, you're going to love the game. And he ended up loving it. And I think I felt like, well, he did BioShock, so I guess, it's only fair. He's very adamant about this, whatever.
Yeah, he's
I'll give
a big
it a shot.
Role-playing game guy, and I'm like, I'm not into that shit. And then he's like, no, go ahead. Fucking try it, man.
And then I remember trying it, and I got through like the first vault. It's very on rails, and then the door opens like an hour, 2 hours into the game, and you're just let to go into the world. And I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Like, what do I do? And he's like, just whatever, go find your dad. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, where do I go? He's like, you go, like you explore. And I'm like, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's when I first found the wander in video gaming. Like,
it's so fun.
And since then, I've been chasing that dragon, fucking just the exploration dragon, dude. Like,
man, what? I think Days Gone has aspects of that. We keep talking about that game. I gotta give that a shot at some point.
I've never played it though.
Me neither. But I hear it's a big open world you can explore.
Yeah, but it's like zombie survival, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not multiplayer zombie survival.
No, but I don't know.
Well, then don't play it. How about that? Oh, you know what I did hear though?
No.
The Prince of Persia game that you and Scientists talk about, the Metroidvania one.
Oh yeah, it's fucking free now.
Yeah, it's coming to PS Plus.
I was gonna tell you should play it, man.
I just saw it today. I think I might. I think I might. I'm playing the Thing remake right now.
Oh, nice. Is that free or you owned it?
No, I bought it.
Okay.
It was like $30, which is a little friggin' high. But listen to the podcast. You'll hear my thoughts about it.
Yeah.
But I also want to try Atom Falls coming out soon. I might, depending on reviews, check that out. It's like British Fallout. That's the short summary. Check it out. Atom Falls.
That sounds
ATO.
awesome. Yeah. I'd love to play a new Fallout game that was, I don't want to say not Bethesda, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah.
Did you like Outer Worlds?
No, I could not get into it.
Me neither. And I really felt like I would, when I started it.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool. Fractions, there's people, there's companions. I'm like,
I can go fly around planets. That's pretty sick.
yeah, I got to like the second or third planet. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I think it has to do with, and that like every time I'd go to a planet, it would be like its own theme and its own thing, but the area you could actually explore wasn't fucking planet size. It was just like a little tiny area.
No, yeah, and it seemed,
I was like, how big is this game really? Like it
yeah,
makes you feel like it's huge. And
as much as they want you to believe that, it's all just repetitive bullshit. It's all pretty much on rails.
And I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was bad.
No, I just
was disinterested.
Yeah, couldn't get into it.
What a bummer too. I wish I did.
I know, because I don't know, kind of reminds me of like a No Man's Sky, but I've never even tried that one.
I own that, I think, twice, and I still have never played it.
Apparently, it's gotten great.
Oh, really?
Well, since release, yeah, they just keep adding shit to it for free.
That's right. That like redemption story.
Yeah.
And people are like, this is a great game. I'm like, yeah, but remember when they lied about all that shit?
Yeah, remember when they told you it was going to be great and it sucked?
Yeah. So we're just fine now? Everything's fine because it eventually became good?
Yeah, because you didn't have to pay for it. They just kept adding shit. I don't know.
It's true.
I'll give it a try now, maybe, but...
So next question, again from Luke. Have you ever broken a bone?
I think I broke my pinky. Like, it grew back funny. But...
That's a little funny, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bent. It could be like a torn ligament or something that doesn't allow it to go. I don't know, but I never got a x-ray that said I had a broken bone.
I don't think so either. I've bruised ribs. Hockey bruises fucking left and right.
Yeah.
I've strained muscles. I strained my ankle. I strained my pectoral muscle. Bumps and bruises all over the place, but nothing. The only thing I had to go to the doctor for was the sprained ankle. And even then it was like, you just have to live for 6 to 8 weeks till it goes away.
Yeah. I've had 2 herniated discs.
Oh shit, that's right. Your back was fucked.
Oh my God, it's hurting so bad this week, too.
Really?
Yeah. I have to do my exercises. I know.
I forgot about that. I forgot to use that. I got to use that again. Are you doing your exercises?
No, I'm not. I get it.
We talked about that. I forgot all about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, other than that, yeah.
Good callback. Good callback.
I don't know.
Yeah. Bruised ribs really sucked. I did that as a kid. And it was like every time you moved, it just hurt in your chest.
Yeah. That's got to be weird to feel like a heart attack nowadays.
I know, right? I just like, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Oh, God. Give me the emergency room.
Yep. Do you have an unpopular pop culture opinion that would get you hated?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty vocal about things I don't like.
Yeah, you pretty much are.
It's not like I don't like them. It's not like I hate them. I just don't like them.
That's the thing too. Like, I don't hate Taylor Swift. I'm just not a Swiftie.
I appreciate her.
I appreciate it. Go do your thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just, not my thing. That's okay.
I just assume I have that very opinion. It's like, it's not my thing, but more power to you if you like it. I'm not going to hate on you for it.
Yeah, like maybe we should just come out as extremely anti-Taylor Swift and extremely anti-BTS, and then people will notice us. Of course, we'll get doxxed, obviously, but...
Yeah, maybe we'll get some fucking something, some type of footing in this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It'll be a news story that their whole fan armies dumped on a podcast that gets 200 downloads an episode.
It'd be worth it.
It would be new. It'd get our name out there. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you know what? We're going with it. Chump Slap hates BTS. I've seen him.
I don't even know what it is behind the scenes. Fuck them. They suck.
You got him. You got him. Send all your hate to plottytime@gmail.com or go to the Reddit and tell us how much you hate us.
Yeah, right.
And another good question. If we didn't make a podcast about video games, what would it be about?
Bullshit. Nothing.
Whatever gets us the least amount of research or homework, I should say.
Like if we just came in and we talked about movies and shit we played or shit we did every week.
Kind of like the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, I could see that. I won't hate on it.
Yeah, we probably do that. But maybe, dig deeper into a movie or a TV show or something. Something we're excited about.
Something.
What if we couldn't do anything with video games or movies? I have no interest at all in doing any kind of podcast that relates to my actual career.
No, I hate my
I don't want to do
life in general. So I wouldn't want to do politics.
No, that's too dicey. I mean, that's the quickest way to get doxxed, I'd say.
I don't know. Wildlife.
There you go.
National parks.
You know what I would love to see? If we ever get some money in our pockets and we start like branching out to other projects.
Geocaching. That's what we do.
No, I think we have a show here. I think we do have a TV show. I think we send you, Chump Slap, just you, to a different city every month. And you just live there, be part of the culture, find a job, move to the next city.
I could probably do that. Because, I mean, people are always hiring cooks and short order bullshit.
Yeah, just to see you like live in Seattle for a month.
Like in a van by the river.
No, I mean, we'd probably put you in like an Airbnb or something. I mean,
Well, Airbnb, well, say no more.
Or rent a monthly place, I guess. I'm sure there are like apartments you can rent short term that are furnished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I would fucking love to do that, man. Just go around, spend a month here or there. Oh,
yeah, you mix it up in the city. You check out the local scenes.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I think that's a show. I really do.
So do I. Let's get fucking funding for it and let's get my life in order. Let's go.
There we go. Really clean it up. So what else we got? Questions. We got plenty of other questions. Like, for example, and I mean, this is all from Luke. These are all over the place. And I think my favorite one is, what Thanksgiving food has to be on your plate for you to consider it Thanksgiving? I know. It's harder than you think, right?
Considering my family eats lasagna on Thanksgiving.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Because it's a pain in the ass to make. My mom doesn't like to make it too often, but she does it for Thanksgiving.
She does it for a special occasion. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't want to say turkey because, I know a lot of people have like shit on turkey and they're like, I would never eat this anytime during the year. Why would I eat it for Thanksgiving?
The turkey's so fucking good.
Turkey's great. Like a turkey club, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I eat turkey all the time. Like even ground turkey's good.
Yeah, instead of ground hamburger, you go with ground turkey.
Yeah, you throw that taco seasoning on there, get yourself a taco. It's delicious.
It's less fat, same amount of
so
protein.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I mean, mashed potatoes, there's a very specific mashed potato I make for every Thanksgiving, or try to make for every Thanksgiving.
Skin on?
It's skin on, roasted garlic mashed potatoes. And that's the recipe I usually bring to the table. So I always like kind of think of Thanksgiving when I think of those.
Okay.
I brought them to like Christmases already and other family gatherings, but I usually think of Thanksgiving with them.
All right. Yeah.
Usually that's the thing I do that I can make.
I'd say green bean casserole is a very Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever get it any other time?
No, I think about it. My family never did green bean casserole. We did, which is odd because we did plain green beans. I think my parents just hated spice, like just as a concept. Like we would have like cooked chicken, like baked, just plain chicken.
Oh, I can see that.
And we would just be like, all right, great. Where's the barbecue sauce? Like, let's give this
Get some hot sauce or something up in this bitch?
something, you know? But they just didn't like it as much, I guess.
That's fair.
But yeah, also I think a good one is cranberry sauce. Like,
Oh,
when the fuck
yeah.
you ever have cranberry sauce.
When else do you eat it?
And I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast, but I've really come around to cranberry sauce ever since I've had it made with real cranberries.
Oh, yeah. I like the jelly garbage.
Every holiday, man, my family would do the can and just cut it into slices, and it was clearly out of a can
I
every
love
year.
that. I don't.
And yeah, they like. I was never a big fan. It never really appealed to me. I thought it was weird that we have like a sweet fruit like in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner. But since I've had it with made from real cranberries, it tastes completely different to me. And I'll tell you where it really shines. This is a life hack.
As a condiment.
Yes, it's not as a star. It is my wife is a big fan of like bowls. And when I say that, I mean like bowls with a ton of shit in them.
Yeah.
So she does like leftover bowls and taco bowls, and we do egg roll bowls, which are fantastic.
Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
It's like ground turkey and like veggies, and it's like a stir fry type situation, and it's delicious. And so she makes a Thanksgiving bowl, and there'll always be like a section in there that's cranberry. And when that hits, ooh, guys, you can't overdo it with the cranberry. You don't go nuts.
No, yeah. It's like like you spread it like a light jelly on your toast and you make a turkey sandwich. Holy shit.
I think as a podcast, we're pretty pro Thanksgiving turkey sandos or whatever they are, Thanksgiving sandwiches.
Yeah. As far as I know, I'm going to speak for scientists and say, yeah, a Wawa
Absolutely.
fucking gobbler is amazing.
Wawa gobbler?
Isn't that what they're called?
I don't know. That's just a silly 2 words you put together. I mean, I understand it because I'm from the same area, but
I think
just
it's
as a concept.
I think it's called a gobbler. I don't know, but yeah.
Like, look at that. It's definitely a derogatory term. Like, look at that fucking Wawa gobbler over there. It's like, look at him.
Well, it's a sandwich with fucking cranberry sauce filling turkey.
So those are my answers, I guess. Cranberry sauce, and the nostalgic answer is red garlic, red skin mashed potatoes.
I'll go with cranberry sauce and green bean casserole. Yep.
And then to wrap up his questions, what does Chump Slap smell like?
Probably French fries most of the time.
I don't this is a question that Luke asked a long time ago, and I don't remember. Was this a bit we did?
I don't know.
I'm vaguely remembering saying that you smelled like oranges, and I don't remember why I said that.
I don't know. I know I smell like fried food when I leave work, or like eggs, and I hate it.
I don't know if I know what eggs smell like.
Well,
Eggs have a smell?
with like scrambled eggs.
Or just like fry top or a situation?
Yeah, just like you're just frying eggs all day, so you eventually just smell like oil and egg. I don't know. I assume like dogs love me every time I walk home from work. So
I had a friend. Well, I still have a friend. They're still my friend. But when we would drive to high school in the morning, I'm like, dude, you stink. And he's like, what do I smell like? I'm like, dude, you smell like a diner. And the reason was his dad always fried up like sausage and onions every morning.
Oh, really?
So he'd roll into the car smelling like a diner. And I'm like, dude, you gotta like do
That's
something about it.
crazy.
It was very strong. And he actually ended up like right before he left, he'd go up and change his clothes and then run out the front door or something like that to avoid them smelling. He'd have like smell clothes that he purposely got stinky.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But other than that, I smell like Clinique Happy cologne, whatever.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
the
you
one.
guys know his brand. You can smell just like Chump Slap yourself.
Yeah, that's the one I use. I can't find it anymore. It might be out of print or whatever, but
And then Below Average Dad Bod asked us, would you ever consider doing a live cast? This is probably before we did Twitch, but we actually almost did. It was close, but then plans had to get shifted around. But I would love to do a live stream with all of us at some point.
yeah, where anyone could just come in and fucking talk to us or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some
that'd
kind
be
of
great.
like Let's Chat session.
And I just
think
want to
that'd be
say
real
Below
fun.
Average Dad Bod. That's a great name.
It is a great name. It is fantastic. He also asked the question. So to answer your question, yes, we want to do that. We don't have any concrete plans right now. We have the technology. It's just getting us like the time to do it.
Yeah. Where we all
But
have free time to do it.
We'll figure it out one of these days.
I hope so.
And his other question was, would you consider guest spots from your followers or attempt to reach other content creators to attend a cast? And I mean, I think we should be reaching out to other creators to try and, cross-pollinate here.
I'd love to, but who else is in this fucking genre, really?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of video game podcasts we could ask that are our similar size, but the problem is we don't have a format that's really conducive to guests.
No, we'd have to be like, hey, watch this video and take notes. And
instead of being like, just show up and be charming and just be yourself, and this is the format of the podcast, you'd be like, all right, do this video game homework.
Yeah, and then it'd be more voices tripping over each other.
Yeah. I think to answer your question, will we have guests? I mean, I'd like to, but we got to figure something out to do it. And so other content creators, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
If any other content creators want to fucking guest on here, just hit us up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Do a 1-for-1 or just come over here, whichever, or we just come there, whatever. You want to collab, let us know.
If scientists can't make it another week, we'll throw somebody else in here, whatever.
I mean, there's 3 of us. You'll probably get 66% at least.
Exactly.
So, yes, to answer your question. And then, that's I think all I got for questions. There was also a question, fuck, marry, kill, Poppascotch, Chump Slap, and Scientist, but I feel like we're too inside.
I can't answer that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fuck Poppascotch. I'll tell you that right now.
Me too.
Hey.
I ain't fucking myself.
Yeah.
And Scientist is right out. Now get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I mean, another behind-the-scenes story, we also want to just reiterate, if you're still here, thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Scientist didn't attend because of just scheduling stuff. Really, any episode with me and Chump Slap, it's because something happened with scheduling and the recording gear is at our places. Like, that's really what it came down to.
It's not because Scientist doesn't want to be here. It's because
it's not that. Or he's had enough, or he doesn't feel like doing it. It's literally, it's very easy for us to go into rooms of our house and knock out an episode so we don't miss a week.
Yeah. We can't skip a week on you guys, as you've seen for the last 7 years.
Exactly. And hey, if Dr. Scientist ever wants to do a solo episode like Mark Maron style and just talk for an hour, I will gladly put that out.
That'd be wild. I'd kind of want to listen to it.
What would it be? Should we ask him? We'll ask him.
Yeah.
See if he wants to do it.
I'll give him that little four track recorder. He can take it home, just do it in his bathroom if he has to.
Fuck, do it on his phone. Like, send me anything. I'll make it sound okay.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that would be fun. Also, reach out to us. Let us know. How do you guys feel about this episode? We'd like to do more stuff like this. We like answering questions. Obviously, it took us 6 years to get enough to kind of support an episode.
Yeah, really. When did we ask the first time? Like fucking 3 years ago?
It must have been like 3 years ago. Yeah. And those questions were like over years. I don't know if these people are still listening to the podcast, but if you are, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, so what do you think? Future of the pod? I guess
that's the question. Why do we do this?
That is a good question. Because like I said, we're not making money here.
No. I mean, it's more just to keep in touch.
I think that's a lot of it. Part of me just wants to have some kind of creative outlet, and this is scratching that itch.
Yeah. Even if it's not much, it's like I don't know, just get my personality out there, because I really don't talk to anybody else otherwise.
Yeah, and especially with me doing the YouTube stuff, like that's been a lot of work, but it's been great. Like I like doing it.
I know. I wish I could do it. I just don't get the motivation.
It's hard. Like there's, especially with having a little kid, even if I didn't have a little kid, you only have so much time to work on it. And it's like, your life's on schedules, and it's like you have 2 hours right now to do it. And if you don't feel like it, then stuff just gets pushed, and it just keeps getting pushed. And then you're like, oh God, I didn't work on it. What a piece of shit I am.
Yeah, then you start feeling bad about yourself, and you're like, but why? I'm putting this pressure on myself for no reason. And then you're like, why am I even putting the pressure on myself?
Exactly. Like no one's going to yell if I miss a week of YouTube videos, but I do have them loaded up like through April at this point.
Yeah, no one's going to fucking bitch if Clyde Time doesn't go out this week, but it's been this fucking long, and we just can't not do it now.
I know. I figured let's just keep the streak going. I figure, honestly, at this point, some outlet's going to pick it up and be like, look at these assholes. It's been 400 episodes and they haven't missed a week or whatever.
I hope
Maybe
so.
get us some recognition. Because I think the podcast has value. I mean, we have people who like it. I like doing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. I mean, if people weren't telling me they enjoy it, or we take the fucking edge off while they're at work, which I 100% get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise I'd be like, why are we fucking doing it? But
I mean, can you imagine if all we got was hate mail? Like it was just that you guys suck. Don't ever come here. I mean, I like to think, well, this is kind of a crazy thing, but I like to think we're positive people. You might not get that as much with some of the podcasts, but
no, but yeah, like we don't,
in general,
we really don't get hate. So that makes it that much better, because everything we do get is like, hey, I like you guys. Thanks
yeah,
for
most of
doing
the time people are like, hey, you guys are great. We like it. Keep it up. We very rarely get people who come on just to be like, spread hate. And that's great. That makes me happy.
Yeah, because that's not what we put out. We don't put hate out in the world, so we don't expect it back at us. So,
and that makes me happy that people either listen and they're like, this is a cool thing I want to be a part of, or that's not for me.
yeah, and then you don't have to tell us.
Which is fine. It's not for you. Hey, this isn't for everybody.
No, obviously.
Yeah. I would just like to get our name out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
Get a couple more listeners. I feel like we just need to grow, basically.
Yeah, I really don't know how to do it, but
No, me neither. I guess I figured in my mind, like even, before we started this, that eventually, it's so hard for a podcast to succeed and become huge or famous or like go on tour if you don't already have like a celebrity attached.
yeah. If we're not
It's
stand-up
almost impossible.
comedians or anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just three random fucking dudes.
Exactly. And we're like, we want to talk about this stuff. So we do.
Yeah. And I'm glad we can hit the people we do hit. So
Absolutely. We're thrilled to have everybody. I'm not ungrateful for our fans. Absolutely not.
exactly.
But, hopefully here in 2025, we'll get our viral moment. We'll blow up, hopefully for the right reasons.
I don't know if it's for fucking Trump or hate or whatever. I'll take anything right now.
Yeah, we're going to get like...
If we get fucking kicked out of the country for this, I'd take it.
No, I think it's more... My guess is, if I had to put money on it, that a crazed BTS fan would try to assassinate Chump Slap. I think that's what would happen. That'd be the most likely thing to happen to get us on the map.
Bring it on.
You heard him.
Fucking us liberals, we still own guns. Let's go.
There you go. Awesome. Oh, yeah. So I guess that's it. I guess we can land this jet. If you guys liked this, let us know. If you guys want to hear us talk about something completely different or off topic, we did the food episode a little while back, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. Yeah.
Like, do you guys want to hear us keep doing the video game reviews? We're glad to do it. If you want to hear us switch it up. Also, before we leave, though, I saw this Reddit thread where people were talking about, like, what YouTubers did you like before they got big? And everyone kind of said the same thing. And I suppose this applies to podcasts, too. But they're always like, at some point, these people have this thing, this product, it's loved, and then they make changes just for the sake of being more popular. And I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to make changes just to get fans through the door.
I mean, if the change is we add one little 10-minute segment to the podcast, I'll do that.
Sure. Like, if it's fun or organic, absolutely. But I don't want to be like, well, you know what's really hitting in podcasts these days? Like right-wing content, aggressive stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to change who I am.
Why don't we start doing that to be bigger? It's like, I don't want to change like that. So
it'd be too obvious that we're doing it as a joke anyway.
yeah, it really would. I can't do it with a straight face.
No. I can't even joke about it.
But yeah, if you guys like this, if you want to hear more stuff like this, if you want us to do more book reporty stuff, I don't know, let us know what you guys like, because we're here to...
It's going to entertain you, really.
I mean, that's why we do it, too. Like, it's not just for us. I mean, I mostly do it for me, but...
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, well, where would they send an email to Sir Chump Slap if they wanted to talk to us or give us some praise or hate? How would they... No, you know what? I'm going to redo that line.
No, leave it in there. Don't send the hate.
Okay, I'll leave it in.
You guys keep that hate to yourself and bottle it up and like put it deep down in your gut to where it causes an ulcer. And then you wonder, why you ever had that hate in the first place. But if you wanted to send us emails about cool shit that we could talk about or general praise or anything, send that to plottytime@gmail.com and I'll read and respond to every fucking one of you guys.
Jesus. And if they want to get faster on the socials, how would they do that?
Well, hit us up on Blue Sky.
Yeah, dog.
Or Reddit, because really, I'm only on Reddit.
Yeah, we're not looking at anything else. I'll tell you that right now. Appreciate the follows on Instagram, but we're not coming back there.
I ain't going back to nothing, dude.
Yeah. So, as always, that does it for us. So, thank you to everyone who wrote in and asked us a question. Don't forget special shout outs to Sandman, Drago, the Slago Gamers, Little Playground, iPanics, and Luis Guzman. Trust all scientists because they know more than you. And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace. And we will talk about prison when Scientist is here.
One of these days we will. Promise. Bye. Love you.